So we've got some great news this week. Yes, good news. News doesn't have to be bad. And that is that the Lendlease whistleblower, Tony Watson, after 7 years, has settled. It's been a long, hard journey. This is the guy that saved the country $300 million and lost his house in the process by blowing the whistle on the Lendlease $300 million tax scam. So $300 million he's brought back in. He lost his house, but finally, as was marching towards the court, Lendlease and PwC, the other party, have settled with Tony Watson. Now, it's a secret settlement, NDAs, all this sort of stuff, so it's confidential. We don't know what the terms are, but suffice to say that Watson was going to take them all the way into court. It's been an incredibly difficult time for him and his wife and his family because he did the right thing. He was the Lendlease tax advisor. He went to the top people and said, look, you can't do this. You can't double dip on your tax deductions in this retirement village thing. It's a scam. They told him where to go. He went to the board. They told him where to go. He went to the ATO. Finally, the ATO did something. They came out with a ruling basically agreeing with Watson's position that you can't double dip. And they paid about $112 million back so far, with another couple of hundred to come. Mind you, they got off the hook pretty easily. But this is an example of the travails that you have to go through to do the right thing, to be a whistleblower. He wasn't protected by the whistleblowing laws. They're broken, totally broken. You know, as the Richard Boyle case, the ATO whistleblower himself, exemplified perfectly. I've been on this journey with Tony for many years. We first wrote the story in 2018 about the Lendlease tax scam, and it's taken this amount of time while he's been in and out of the courts, every court except the tennis court, trying to get justice. And finally, he turns up to court last month, and there were literally 13 lawyers on one side of the courtroom and Tony Watson on the other before Justice Raper. Kingwood Mallisons advising PwC, Denton's, the world's largest law firm, Michael Hodge, Elizabeth Collins, I don't think they were there, the QCs, but in any case, 13 PwC and Lendlease lawyers versus Tony Watson himself. But the fact is, he had to push them to the very steps of the court to get this settlement. Obviously, they didn't want to go to court. It doesn't matter to them. It's not their money. It's their shareholders' money. It's superannuation. It's our money because we're all invested in Lendlease via our superannuation. But this would have been a long, difficult trial. And the shenanigans of Lendlease and PwC would have shone out in the transcripts. It was going to be bad news for them. So they've settled. We don't know what Watson got, but presumably it's enough to keep him from taking them to court. But it's a gutsy move. I mean, litigation is always a toss of the coin. You know, you can go down so easily on one little point of law, but it's a real issue, this business of people doing the right thing and being penalised for it, losing their life savings. And it's a lawyer fest. It's been a huge gravy train all the way along. Thanks so much for your support. Please like, share and comment in the space below.